So excited, I got my box in from Broke Girl Aesthetic Tiffany. And yeah, let's open it up. This is a mystery box challenge. So let's see what we got first, and then we'll just see what we can make from what we got. Hey, all right. Packaged it well. All right. On inside of it. Oh, it's a little box. How cute. Nice sturdy box too. All right. Oh, that is adorable. How cute is that? Definitely go check her out, y'all. She does have some beautiful DIYs. Sunflower. I love it. This must be a mystery challenge. Well, we'll figure something out. Mystery challenge it is, that's for sure. Oh, little mini clothespins. How cute.
This box, Mommy. This box.
Oh, nice little sign. Look at that. How adorable is that? I almost just don't want to DIY that. Of course, glitter is a yeah.
Nothing in here, Mommy.
Definitely.
Nothing in here.
We will definitely come up with something. Okay, y'all? So let me think on it, and I will be back to jump right into the DIYs. Hey y'all, so DIY number 1. So here I'm just taking this side, and I'm not sure why I did this because I ended up covering the back anyway and using the other side, but hey, that's okay. But I'm just taking my heat gun and gonna take that label off, and that's the best way that I have found out to take the labels off from Dollar Tree or from anything. So then I sand it down to get it a little bit smoother and get some of that adhesive off, and then we're just gonna take some Waverly chalk. Oh no, we did not take Waverly chalk paint to this. Excuse me. We took some Buffalo Check, the bigger one, not the bigger squares, not the mini one, from Hobby Lobby, and I just Mod Podged this paper on, and I did have to cut it into separate pieces. And what I do when I Mod Podge, because I love Mod Podging, I love Plaid products, and I'm not an ambassador of them or anything, but I just do love their stuff. They have some really great, amazing products. But I like to take and put on both my surfaces. I like to put it on the board and the paper or whatever I'm using. I like to put it on both. I feel like that gives me, I don't know, it just does really good for me. And here you'll see me do a new technique that I found out about from YouTube. And I apologize, I'm not exactly sure which creator I saw it from first, but there are a few different ones that actually do this, and it is really neat. By all means, this did not come from me. This was not my idea. I just cannot remember who came up with it and who I saw it with. But what they do is they put Mod Podge, and then they take a piece of, you can actually, I take parchment paper and I put over top of it. You see my iron is heating up. And this helps with wrinkles. I usually don't have a problem with wrinkles anyhow, but this way it just gave me that extra security that I would not have any. And so and it's drying it actually really fast. So that did help too as well. And so that's it. And then I'll trim off a little bit there, and then I just take my sandpaper and I take away from it. Like I'm going in a downward position away from my board so that it just peels it right off, and instead of cutting it, and but this makes it look so much better. So these are Jingle Bells. These also came from Dollar Tree, but I got these last year, but they do have them again this year. And I'm taking apple barrel paint and the color Christmas green, really pretty Christmassy green, gorgeous. And I just coat all those really not that good, but gave them a good enough coat. Here I'm taking the apple barrel burnt umber and just dabbing over them to give it that rustic-like look to them. And then I'm going to dry them up. And I do come back in and add a little bit more to it because I feel like I need a little bit more brown. And then I'm just going to hot glue these onto my sign. and make cute little Jingle Bell trees out of them. I thought that would be a really cute idea. I do a bigger size and a smaller size Christmas tree. And then I just take the little stems from Dollar Tree and I do trim up the smaller one over there. And then, which I just used, I used some kind of cutting thing. I used my wire cutters, I believe, which I don't recommend that. If you have like a miter saw or a chop saw or some kind of saw, something, or even something different than what I used, it just took me forever to get it off. It was like, really? And then it messed it up. So I had to try to hide that. And then I just took some of the jute twine that I got from Dollar Tree as well, wrapped it around, gave it some singeing to it with my fire to help with the fraying pieces. And I started from the bottom, as you can see, because that does help line it up better. And here I'm using a method that it really does work. Here you will see that it did not work, and I'm going to tell you why it didn't work. You see I'm using pencil. Okay, well, this is a darker surface that I'm applying it onto. Use chalk. If you are applying it to a darker surface, use chalk. If you're applying it to a lighter surface, use pencil. I knew this, but I could not find my chalk, and so I thought, okay, well, we'll just give it a try. No, it does not work. So you will see that I struggled. I got my M way too close to the word the, and it just messed it up. It still turned out fine in the end, but I do wish that I could go back and fix it up and change that. But it just I don't know. But anyway, if you're going to use this method, definitely use chalk on darker surfaces. And you do the same method with the chalk. You take your chalk and you just, rub it on there just like I did the pencil as well. And then you just flip it over and then you'll just trace over it with your pencil. And it helps transfer those words onto your project. And as you see, I got the M too close to the word the. But it's still, like I said, it turns out fine. It looks good at the end. And and here I'm just trimming it up a little bit so that I can make sure I line it up exactly so that it doesn't mess up. And I thought I could try it, add the chalk. No, you can't do that. It doesn't work. So, and these are just acrylic paint markers that I got off from Amazon, and they worked really good. I did have to go over them a couple of times just to get that white on there pretty well. And this is the apple barrel paint, and I think it's called yellow something. Let me double check on that. It is a yellow, and I felt like it was a little too bright. So what I did was I took some of that burnt umber, as you see, and I added a what's it called? Just a dry brushing over it, and it made it tone it down a lot. But that yellow is Sunny Day, and I just took that and just toned it down a bit. And then I'm taking this ribbon that if you guys saw my last mystery box, which was a Christmas mystery box challenge, I got this ribbon in it, and I believe she got it from Dollar General. And I'm just cutting it in half so that I can make some cute little bows. And I did slow this down so you guys can see. What I've heard this bow called is the Cancer Awareness Bow. It really is an easy, simple bow. And if you do not have a double-sided ribbon, like this one is not a double-sided, this is the perfect bow for it. So you just make that crisscross of it, and then you just bring that top piece and join it down to the middle, and then you'll adhere something in between. Here I just used some jute, tied some jute around it, but you can use another piece of ribbon. You can use, just some string, whatever you have on hand. And depending on how big or little your bow is, you can even use a zip tie. So this is just what worked for me, and I slowed it down so you guys could see how to do that bow in case you needed a really easy tutorial on bow. So I'm just using this chalkboard paint that I already had on hand, and these are Dollar Tree beads. They are a pain to actually paint. So if you're going to use Dollar Tree beads, especially those colored ones, because I haven't found the natural ones, then use spray paint. It is so much better. And I'm just stringing them on a piece of jute that I had. I put my sign upside down, as you will see in a moment, so I had to use another string because I was like, well, now I got to use another piece of string instead of using the other one that came with it because I was going to put them back in the same hole, but it's okay. It all works out, and yeah. So this is just me. I put a piece of tape, washi tape, to help I put the beads on, and I did do a pattern. I did like big, little, I believe it was. Yeah, big, little, but you don't have to do that. If you just like them all one size, go for it. If you just have little ones, go for that one too. But I like how it turned out. I think it's cute. That is my last name, Mowry, so you will see that, it's the Mowry Christmas Tree Farm. What better way to do that than? But I hope that each and every one of you have a very, very Merry Christmas this year and have so much fun creating new memories with your family, whether it be crafting, whether it be baking some fun goodies and giving them to a family member, or just enjoying them yourself. This is a time to, especially Thanksgiving coming along, this is a very time to be thankful and to show everyone how blessed we are to not only live in a country, that we can be able to do this in, but also just to be able to be with family, people that love and care for us. So let me tell you about what I'm doing here. This is hot glue, just regular, Gorilla Glue, wood Gorilla Glue, hot glue. And what I did is this gives it reinforcement, is I take a piece of tape and I put some glue on it and put over it. So this is me showing you that I covered the back of my sign. So, and that's it. And this is how it turned out. Oh, and I add a little buffalo check bow to it. You have to let me know what you think. So again, like I said, this is a mystery box challenge swap. This is hosted by JunkerNecker DIY and Arrows DIY. And I definitely encourage you to check this playlist out. It is going to be fun. We drew Aaliyah from JunkerNecker DIY drew some names, and that's how we got our box, like I sent my box I don't remember who I sent my box to. Oh, I sent my box to Arrows DIY. Sorry, that was Fabi. I sent my box to Fabi at Arrows DIY. It's been a while since I did this video, so now I'm just doing the voiceover. So I apologize about that. But anyway, so I sent my box to Arrows DIY, Fabi, and then that's who sent my box to me when I was saying, early in the beginning of the video was Broke Girl Aesthetic, which is Tiffany. Leah is the host. Sorry, y'all. Tiffany. And so I definitely encourage you to check out the playlist. It will be linked in my description box. And also each and every one of these other ladies that the host and the hostess, and just go check them out. And just tell us what you think about our videos and the swap here and how it all came out. So I took it apart, and the only reason why I took it apart in the first place is because I wanted it to be a little bit smaller of an arrow, instead of it being so wide out and narrowed, I wanted it to be more narrowed in. So that's why I took it apart and then stacked it back on top of each other and glued it, and then glued the other piece together. So this is just some green Dollar Tree ribbon I'm taking, and I'm just, twisting it a little bit and then giving it a crease, twisting, and so forth on, doing it through the whole thing. And I secure it with a little bit of hot glue at the end. And this is, as you see, I'm taking my challenge item and just making a Christmas tree out of it. I probably could have gotten a little bit more creative and made something else, but this is what came to mind when I first saw it. So... But if y'all see this, a little hat like this, and you want to do something else, go for it. But if you want to try and make something, just a tree out of it, it's going to be cute too as well. So go for that one. So like I said, I do secure it with a little hot glue. And then what I'm going to do after that is I take those napkins that came with it. Well, I think I do that next. Yeah, I think I do. So I set this aside, let that adhere together, and then I'm going to take the napkins and add the cut the sunflower napkins up that she sent in my box as well, and going to just cut those out really good. Like when I saw them, I felt like those look like lights to me. I don't know, that's what popped in my head when I saw them. I was like, oh, little strings of lights, why not? That'd be fun. So I just trim it. I only did trimmed one up. I should have probably done two to give it more of a full look of lights, but I only did the one. And I think it's okay. So not too bad. And so here I'm just taking up, actually I couldn't get it off, so I just left it. But so here I am going to take my little detail scissors. I'm going to cut it out first, cut that sunflower, because I do save the sunflower, of course. and want to use that for another DIY. I'm not sure what, but we'll get to that someday. And here I'm going to detail out all of those lights. I did not want you guys to have to see that because it seemed like it took me forever to cut those things out. So you'll see me gluing them onto the tree next. And so here I'm gonna trim it up, cut them out really good, and then I just glue it, wrap it around, and then glue it to the tree. So again, let me know what y'all think of this DIY. And then again, don't forget to check out the playlist. Go check out the other ladies that are a part of this mystery box swap challenge, and let us know what you think of our DIYs. And I know this isn't, the best DIY, but I mean, I don't know. Sorry. I guess I should have probably thought a little bit better about it, but so there's the cute little lights around it, and then I actually wire some real lights on it so it can light up. And I think it's cute. And then for a topper, I just take one of the wooden star cutouts from Dollar Tree, and I just take it and put it on there. And then it's gold glittered one, but you'll see in a minute, here in a moment when I get to it. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So again, the host is JunkerNecker DIY, which is Leah. Go check her out. And then Fabi at Arrows DIY. Go check her out. And then the rest of the playlist. So here, this is the Waverly chalk paint and Ivory. And I'm taking that box. And I'm just giving this just a light coat. I didn't even give it a very thick coat or even 2 layers. I just did one real quick one. Because what I'm going to do is take my surface wax. I am a chalk couture designer. So I am taking my surface wax. And this is because it's not a chalk surface, like a chalk couture surface. So I just take, off, rub this in. And then I take my, my Buffalo Check Mini transfer. And I'm going to put that on it. And then I'm going to take my black velvet paste. It's a consistency of like a yogurt like to it. It's a very thin. It's basically a wet chalk. And it's really nice. If you've never heard of it, I encourage you to check out my website and check out, my other videos that I've posted about it. This is a quick and easy way to get beautiful home decor. And it's not that expensive. You may seem like it at first, but the transfers are reusable. The paste, especially if you get jars or even singles, they last quite a bit of different projects. I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, it goes a long ways. A little bit goes a long ways. You will see that I will hardly use any paste for this part right here. And I just do, I do the whole box in the Buffalo Check Mint here. And I love how it turned out. I think it's super adorable. I love how I just add a little something to this box and it just changed the whole look of it. And it's not perfect, but that's okay. It still looks good in the long run. It definitely was different to transfer something on there to do this, but that's all right. I still, like I said, like the way it turned out. And if you take care of them and you wash them the proper way and things, then, like I said, they last you at least up to 10 times, if not more. There are a few that I've already used, it seems like way more than 10 times, and I'm still getting pretty good use out of them. But the main thing is washing them the right way, is to know how to wash them, to learn how to wash them if you don't know. So I just take my heat gun, dry it up, and then I do the other side. And so here I just took a pool noodle, cut it in half, or cut a piece off, put it in there, and then I stuck my light, or then I trimmed off my skewer because I'm going to set my tree on it. Then I took the LED lights, the battery pack, and put it right inside there to the side. Here you'll see that I took the star. And then I remembered that I had one more item that I was supposed to use. So you will see me take off the star here in a little bit and redo that. Oh yeah, and I want to cover up that pool noodle because we don't want to see blue. So, and I just took a piece of burlap scrap that I had. So I forgot that I needed to use the clothespins. So here sorry about the frame. I'm not sure what happened here. I guess I may have had my phone turned the wrong way. I don't know. But I tried fixing it, and when I made the screen wider, it actually made it worse because you couldn't see what I was using. You could just see the tree sitting there. I'm like, okay, well, we don't want that. So I'll just talk you through it. So what I did is I took the mini clothespins that you saw as one of my items in my box. I tore them apart, and I'm taking the two flat edges and I'm gluing them back to back. And it looks like I have about 6 there. And I just glued them together, and then I assembled all 6 of them together. And it made like a little star-like snowflake effect to it. And then I just take my star off the tree, and I glue that right on top of that star snowflake thing, mabob. And then I take the apple barrel and white paint, and I just give it a coat of white paint to help spruce it up a little bit. And I even dry brush over the glitter part too. So just to tone that gold down and to tie in the white there and stuff. And I think it turned out cute. You guys have to let me know what you all think. Oh, and then I add a bow. I bring in the red buffalo mini check bow again. And I add that to it. So definitely let me know what you all think of these DIYs and how I did. And again, don't forget to check out the playlist. And thank you again, guys. Bye!